Okay, I've gone to the tournament room on Magic Online, and I'm beginning a two-player Shards of Alara block. I certainly want to go first. Oh, if I don't turn the noise down, it's going to be kind of loud for you, so I'm going to turn my sound off here. Okay. Um, what I've got here is Exotic Orchard. That's very important for the mana because you really have to read the metagame right. Of course, I'm not going to take a mulligan. I've got 3 lands. I've also got the Traumatic Visions, a Bloodbraid Elf, and a Cathari Remnant. Um, so we've got a great land pull here. I'll be able to play this Citadel on turn 1, so that's going to be like my 1-drop. It'll come into play tapped. On turn 2, I'll be able to play this Rupture Spire, which is terrific. And that's going to really give me the color to do almost anything that I want. We'll see what we get out of this Exotic Orchard. We've also got Cathari Remnant. This guy's got black, so I'm presuming that he is playing probably Jund, but could be Esper aggro. Who knows? We're certainly gonna be seeing much more of a diversity of decks. Now that the Pro Tour is over. So if he plays something, I'll be able to Maelstrom Pulse it. Otherwise, I'll just kind of bide my time. Yeah, he didn't play anything. So that would have been a bit helpful of him. Oh, got a Seaside Citadel. So we'll be able to play that. And again, you can kind of see one of the important rules of Magic that David Mills developed is that he or she who uses their land best wins, and that's actually kind of a nice rule to follow. Okay, now look, this is tricky because I have 2 Bloodbraids and the Remnant, and of course I could very easily. What do I have? I can do the math. It doesn't take very long. I've got 4 Esper Charms in my deck, 3 more Maelstrom Pulses, right? Because I've drawn a Maelstrom Pulse, and I've got 4 of those Walls of Denial. So there's a chance that I'll kind of hit a blank here with this Bloodbraid Elf when I cast him, but I'm going to cast him anyway because I don't want to sit around for an entire turn and do absolutely nothing. Next turn I'll be able to counter with the Visions. Oh, it was. All right, so it was a blank. I had about a 1 in 3 chance, a little bit better than a 1 in 3 chance, or a little worse than a 1 in 3 chance of hitting a blank. And yeah, that's unfortunate. Certainly not in my favor. Bit of luck, by the way, with this deck. We used to play with Frenetic Ifrit a lot, which was a 2/1 flyer for a blue, a red, and a colorless. And you could pay 0 mana and flip a coin and have it phase out if you won the flip, and if you lost the flip, it would die. So phasing out, it would disappear from play. Your opponent could go to kill it. Sometimes they go to kill it several times. Okay, he plays Spouting Thranix. So I'm going to have to deal with that. Okay, so I could be back with Traumatic Visions. Next turn, you can cast Bloodbraid Elf. It's not really particularly that great to fight his Bloodbraid Elf with my Traumatic Visions, because then I'm really, spending 5 mana to stop, probably a 3 mana spell in that case. Probably gonna be another Thranix or something like that. And I could play a Bloodbraid Elf. If he plays Bloodbraid Elf and gets his own Maelstrom Pulse, then that's a bit of a bummer. I could play this Cathari Remnant. I'm more leaning towards doing that than anything else, because then I at least kind of get the regeneration and stuff like that. I don't want to present 2 of the same kind of targets. By the way, I'm not even professing to be playing particularly well here, so you may see me make kind of some mistakes. I'm not really a pro Magic player anymore. Certainly try to do a good job as I do this stuff. Oh, Wall of Denial, certainly fine. So we're kind of setting our defense. Got a lot of defenses now. But what I am trying to do is take you inside of how this deck actually plays out. Of course, Jund, this Jund kind of control deck that we're going to see this guy playing is going to be out there. We're going to see a lot of it. It's not surprising for us. We're not like, oh wow, what a shock. Now, looky here. I've got this Maelstrom Pulse. He's stuck on 3 mana, and I've got this Maelstrom Pulse. And I could clean these 2 guys up, but then I'd get a bunch of tokens. He'd get 6 tokens, and I wouldn't have really good ways of dealing with the tokens. All the tokens would be able to attack. I'd be able to absorb a number of them between the Wall of Denial and the Cathari Remnant, but he might blow this Bloodbraid Elf out of the water. So that's a bit scary. I could play Bloodbraid Elf, but again, that's going to put me in the same position as before. And by the way, I mean, this is what I do. I'm just kind of talking through my decisions when I'm playing. It's a bit more challenging to do it with you here. Maybe I'm falling a little bit behind card economy-wise here. Kind of need to get to a cruel ultimatum here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and play this guy. This way, if I hit a Maelstrom Pulse, it's not so bad. Hopefully, actually, I'll just get like an Esper Charm. Wall Denial's fine. It's fine because I'm really setting up my defenses here, and it's going to be hard for him to get through all this stuff. And the Bloodbraids, I'm just going to sit back with him and chill. I've got the Thari Remnant back and ready to do some blocking. So we failed to get any of our I've gone through all these cards here. We failed to hit any of our Esper Charms, so we've got a stack of Esper Charms in our deck. There's 46 cards left, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards that we know what they are. So really high incidence of those kinds of cards. Ooh, he hits me with a Blightning. That's the kind of card I'd really like to ideally be able to counterspell. Pretty devastating. And maybe I should have been playing for that a bit more. I dropped my Maelstrom Pulse. Maybe that's a mistake. I wanted to have my Traumatic Visions for... Oh. Now, you could play another Blightning here. But I think I'm going to play this Remnant anyway. And again, that just absolutely could be the wrong choice. Hard to say. But I'm certainly going to try to play correctly. There's also like a bit of a clock here. Already down to 24 minutes. Now, I should be hitting Esper Charms here at some point. Maelstrom Pulse. Okay. Right, so we blow up his guys. But now that we blow them up, we've got a lot more coverage from our guys. I mean, now I've got, 6 guys to hit 6 guys. 2 of my guys can kill his guys. So it's not nearly the proposition it was before. If I had Maelstrom Pulse, now I could have saved my Maelstrom Pulse, and then I could clean all these guys. But oftentimes when you go for that, people have a Terminate or something. Oh, is he going to do nothing? No, he's not going to do nothing. He's going to do something. Lightning's me, yeah. So he does. I could have land cycled the Traumatic Visions, and I should have. I just clicked through too quickly to kind of fetch up a land, maybe like my forest, so I don't draw it. So if I draw my forest, we'll sort of know that I made a bit of a mistake there. All right, I've got the 2-minute blast here. What to do? I think I'm going to go aggro because I have no cards in my hand, and it may seem a little crazy to whack this Saproling. We've got 2 Maelstrom Pulses gone. I'm going to do this because maybe I'll hit the Maelstrom Pulse. Maybe I'll get to kind of go aggro. I also might kind of like live the dream here and also get another one of my Bloodbraid Elves and go kind of nuts. Although then at that point I'm certainly in a situation where I have to worry about his Maelstrom Pulses. Let's see what comes up from the Cascade here. All right, an Esper Charm. So I draw 2 cards. That's good. That gets me back on track. Ooh, we've got our Obelisk of Alara. That's fun. I'm going to keep playing cards down here at this point. He's gone through 2 Blightnings. And I want to be able to cast the Obelisk and use it next turn, potentially. So we'll see. If he doesn't Blightning me, I'll have a little surprise for him. The Obelisk of Alara has got a number of fun little things that it can do for us. It can be kind of whacking. Oh, he concedes. Wow. All right, so I won. All right, I'm going to... Let's see. I'm going to sideboard, and then I'll save this game. So I'm definitely going to bring in these 4 Celestial Purges. I'm going to bring in these Ural the Miststalkers because he may bring in Thought Hemorrhage. And so that's going to give him kind of more he has to deal with. I'm going to take out my Ijani Vengeance because I think it's just easy for him to kill them. Maybe that's a mistake. I'd like to leave my Obelisk in. I could change the number of Cruel Ultimatums I have in case he has Thought Hemorrhage. That's not crazy, although Cruel Ultimatum is so good against him.